bro. What the f***? That's a fucking setup. That is a fucking setup right there. Go? I don't know. Just go straight. Go straight. Go straight. Go straight.
It's 2:30 in the morning. Someone be out.
They thought it was going to be a regular camping adventure until the forest took an eerie turn. What happened next was nothing short of terrifying. Welcome to Scary Flashbacks, your portal to eerie tales, spine-chilling mysteries, and the unsettling horrors lurking in the shadows. Case number 1. The YouTube channel Brothers Wild, run by two brothers, Ashley and Lewis, features their adventures like camping and hiking. However, in November 2023, Ashley decided to go on a solo camping trip to Cadair, Berwyn in northeast Wales, unaware of a hidden danger that awaited him there.
I don't need to spend hundreds and thousands of pounds to do this. That was weird. That literally sounded like someone coming down. Hundreds and thousands of pounds to do this. That scared me actually. Hello? It sounded like someone's slipping down here. Ooh. Fed up with just sitting in a room all the time and did it. What was that noise? I can hear loads of things around here. Fed up with just sitting in a room all the time and did it. I heard someone saying something right next to me. I hope it caught.
After a long journey, Ashley arrived at his destination, only to feel an unsettling presence in the woods. Though he tried to ignore it, he had no idea that more terrifying events were on the way.
I just heard like a loud bang. It's either an explosion or it sounded like a gunshot. It was really, really loud. Wow. That's unnerved me. It's really loud, really loud.
So it looks like the storm's like holding up tonight. It's not too bad at all. So yeah, I'm quite cozy here. A bit of rain, but no, nothing worth writing home about. But yeah. So even though I'm solo camping, it's quite nice, like quite relaxed. Just had a phone call from my brother now. He's in Chicago, obviously, so it would have been nice. Ah! What the hell was that? What? Go away! Chicago, obviously, so it would have been nice.
Awakened by a loud bang and feeling movement around his tent, Ashley froze in fear. Quickly packing his gear, he evacuated the woods, reminded that danger could lurk anywhere. Case number 2. Uncharted Travel, a YouTube channel known for urban exploration, embarked on an overnight journey to an abandoned mining settlement in the mountains of British Columbia.
We are headed to film probably one of the most requested videos on my channel, which is Alone, Episode 5. The location that we're going to film is an old abandoned mine, somewhere in southern BC. It's exchanged hands and it has quite a rich history, but it is so far out of the way that I had to take a plane, I had to rent a car, and now I am preparing to do some off-roading and then hike to this location.
Even though it's designated as a protected landmark, this site is still off-limits to the public. After a strenuous hike to reach this secluded spot, the atmosphere took an eerie turn as night began to fall.
Hello, welcome. Hello, welcome.
That's like the third time. The motion sensor outside has gone off. Okay, I'm gonna go check it out.
While setting up his tent earlier, he had placed motion sensors as a precaution against any potential intruders. So it was quite unsettling when the sensors started going off randomly. Yet this was just the tip of the iceberg, as things quickly took a terrifying turn.
Something. It's like skidding down the stairs. I don't know what that was, but we're gonna check it out. It came from downstairs. It sounded like something dropped and fell down the stairs. Could just be the old building.
Uncertain whether the disturbance was due to animals or something more sinister, he made up his mind to investigate. But little did he know, the terror of the night was far from over.
Here just to kind of like drone out some of the noise, but it just makes okay, that I think we need to go investigate that because I know I closed all the doors, so that concerns me a little. Okay, I'm trying to be weary about noise discipline here, or light discipline, because it's not windy, and all of these doors are closed. Well, except for this one, but this one's not budging. As you can see, it's like stuck there. It'd take a lot to move these ones. But it sounded like it was one of these doors. That's so bizarre, they're all closed. Like, this night just keeps getting weirder and weirder.
He discovered nothing, and when he attempted to settle down for the night, sleep eluded him as the unsettling sounds persisted. Ultimately, he survived the ordeal, and by morning, he packed up his things to leave. This was undoubtedly an experience he would remember for a long time. Case number 3. Sydney is a solo traveler and content creator who documents her journeys through various campsites and national parks in the United States. Known for her relatable vibe, she shares the good and bad aspects of life on the road. However, one experience at the Tennessee wilderness turned out to be quite unsettling.
There's nobody here. I'm gonna get out and take a gander and make sure everything's like safe, and I might drive down there, but I might take the top spot too. I don't know yet. That's where my friend Grace camped when I was camping down here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna come down to this spot. I'm so glad it's open.
After finding a quiet place to camp, she made herself a meal, only disturbed by rustling leaves and occasional splashes from fish in the stream, until a strange noise interrupted the silence.
Is that?
Anyways, dinner is served. I really hope that wasn't like a mountain lion or something. But I'm not gonna let it scare me to stay in my car. I packed all my stuff up so that if I do need to like just close this, I only have this to move, but you know what I'm thinking? What if it was Bigfoot and that was like a deer that he was eating and it was like making noises because the deer is scared? I heard it move too. It like moved from like there to over there. I think my saving grace is that I know there are other campers back here, so I feel better about that. I'm not completely alone.
She thought the noise didn't sound like any usual forest animal, even though she tried to convince herself it was just a deer or another camper. Being cautious, she packed away most of her gear, keeping only the essentials and making sure her car was ready to drive away quickly. The night went by without any confrontation, but she still felt tense, leaving with a sense of unease and many unanswered questions. Case number 4. Meet C.J. Faison, a YouTuber known for his spooky explorations. On February 4th, 2024, he went camping in New Jersey's haunted Pine Barrens with friends Dylan and Chris, unaware that their relaxing trip would become unforgettable.
I pulled over on the side of the road just to give you all a glimpse. This doesn't really, we had some people that told us, oh, CJ, the Pine Barrens, it like kind of reminds me of the Pocomoke Forest, you gotta come up here. This is not like the Pocomoke at all. This has its own level of creepiness that I probably can't even explain.
Huge forest. He said millions of acres, huh?
1.1 million.
And we're not gonna explore 3.
No.
Maybe 5.
No.
So at least we have bathrooms, which is good. We need to go. Spooky dookies are literally gonna have you happen tonight. Spooky dookies. Watch you go in there.
Oh, what's he doing?
That's what happens out here.
It's a pine needle.
There's pine needles everywhere.
We're gonna die.
They were surprised to find a stranger in the forest. Feeling uneasy, they decided to go back to their campsite to calm down, not realizing that the real terror was just beginning.
Looking around all sketchy like that?
Yeah.
What are they looking for?
I don't know, but they're looking for something.
Is that what you saw earlier?
I don't think that was the brake lights I saw earlier. I really don't. So like, the reason I want to go to the bridge is just clear it, make sure they either left, or if they haven't left, just scope it out. You know what I mean?
Fine, yeah.
Let's just watch this car go away, though. You can pull up, though.
Kind of just moseying along.
There's sunglasses?
Yeah, let's see right there.
Bro, what the f? That's a fucking setup. That is a fucking setup right there.
Go?
I don't know. Just go straight. Go straight. Go straight. Go straight.
They thought the car was linked to the stranger they'd seen earlier. Out of suspicion, they followed the car, but soon realized it was a trap. Losing sight of the vehicle, they returned to their campsite to rest. But rest was the last thing they would find.
Oh! Guys, are you up? Dylan? Chris? Oh! Guys, are you up? Dylan? Chris? guys hear that? Chris, Dylan, guys.
Someone or something was out there, as Faison kept hearing loud bangs, as if something slammed into his tent. Determined to find the source of the disturbance, Faison woke Dylan and Chris, and they ventured into the dark to seek answers. What they discovered was certainly not what they expected.
I say it, look what you find there.
Can you see it?
Say straight ahead to the trees.
Just wait. Is it moving?
No, it's like just standing there. Oh my god, dude!
Voice, bro. That's a fucking voice.
Bro, it's 2:30 in the morning. Why would someone be out here? Dude, that light.
It's gotta be a fucking person, dude. There's a light, and now there's like a scream in the distance.
That light is just standing way out there.
I'm gonna ask this to you guys. Do you feel comfortable driving that camera there?
It's gone.
It's gone?
Look.
Fuck. Listen, the only way that we're gonna be able to sneak up on this.
It was clear someone was watching them. Fearful for their lives, they quickly packed their gear and left the forest, abandoning whoever had been stalking them all night. Case number 5. Outdoor Family is a popular YouTube channel where a family of 4 explores forests and mountains. On November 3rd, 2024, while camping in a misty forest to escape reality, they encountered the unexpected as night fell.
Ses geldi baba.
Ne?
Hayvan sesi ya. Ne oldu ne? Çakal mı, kurt mu?
Hava. Aşkım. Duydun mu?
İyi.
Bir şey çadırı vurdu. Aşkım.
Bir bakayım.
Aşkım dikkat ol.
Ben bir bakayım.
Hava dikkatli ol. Hava.
Efendim?
Neredesin?
Buradayım, geliyorum.
Neydi?
Bilmiyorum ki. Bir şey görmedim. Hayvan mı? Bu etrafta. Hadi canım, hadi gidelim.
They heard strange noises near their tent, so the father went outside to investigate. He didn't find anything, but he was curious, so he set up a trail camera to see what was making the sounds, and he sure captured something.
Bu mu? Bu kurt. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bak.
Çok güzel.
Çok büyük ya. Görüyor musun? Bayağı da büyük. Dün gecedeki kurt olabilir. Burada her ne izi istersen var ya bak.
They captured a wolf on the trail camera, although they weren't surprised, knowing it was a wildlife area. They still took precautions. Eventually, they packed up their belongings and left the premises. Thankfully, they departed unharmed. Case number 6. Sarah, a dedicated YouTuber with the channel Sarah Dumgo, had a wonderful day hiking. After parking her van in a serene park, she enjoyed nature's sounds and made a simple meal as the sun set. Just as she was about to relax, something unexpected interrupted her calm evening. The knocking on her van grew louder, making her heart race and increasing her anxiety. In the quiet of the isolated area, she felt scared but also curious. Despite her panic, she gathered her courage to see who or what was at the door, and what she found was unexpected.
Please leave me be.
She noticed a man peeking through her front window. He claimed he was searching for a girl and insisted on checking inside her van. Fear gripped her as she realized the danger of the situation. Without wasting any more time, she drove away as fast as she could, her heart racing. Imagine trying to sleep in your van when a stranger attempts to force his way inside. That's truly a nightmare. Thankfully, Sarah managed to escape safely and found another spot for the night.
Holy crap!
Those are just two of the most disturbing camping encounters ever caught on camera, starting with one of the most outrageous ones. This disturbing video was captured by Hell on Earth, a YouTube channel run by 3 men dedicated to exploring the dilapidated ruins of civilization. They thrive on taking on difficult challenges for their viewers' enjoyment. However, things took a dark turn in October 2024 when they decided to camp overnight on a shipwreck.
What the fuck was that?
You what?
What was that noise?
There's someone on the below deck.
The whole boat's fucking floating.
It's not, no.
It is, it's floating, I don't
No, if it floated,
No.
it'd be moving around all fucking time.
The water is almost up to that, so it's got to have picked up. It's got to have picked up. I'm not saying it's still grounded, but it's floating. Pick them bags up.
Oh, you hang that up. Peg there.
I'm just letting you know that if this starts getting upright, I'm jumping. Alright?
Alright.
Alright. This is fucking horrible. Is the boat rocking a lot?
Yeah, it's like swaying from side to side.
Fucking hell. I can't tell because I'm always moving. Holy shit. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. It's like been the slowest hour of my fucking life.
Is it not 8 o'clock yet?
Is it fuck?
What time is it?
It's 20 to 8.
Fucking hell. It won't get much higher than this this time.
It had all been fun until a powerful Atlantic storm swept in, bringing with it hurricane-force winds and an unyielding spring tide. Chills ran down their spines as they realized they were trapped. The outside was flooded, and venturing out would be far more dangerous. What was once a peaceful and quiet ship was now overshadowed by the jarring sounds of metal clanging, creating an atmosphere of panic. The adventure, which had started off so enjoyable, quickly escalated into a terrifying ordeal, leaving them fearful for their lives.
I'm not gonna lie, right? I don't get scared that often about stuff.
No.
I'm fucking petrified.
Yeah.
I am fucking the scaredest I've been in my fucking life.
Would you say that this is the worst thing you've ever done?
Yeah.
I'd probably agree.
Yeah. This is fucking stupid, and I don't say that lightly.
Okay, now what was that? Whoa, did you see that?
Fucking grim.
Battery.
What is that noise? I can't see it. Oh shit, the roof's coming. Point your light over. I can't fucking see. Oh shit. Whoa. What?
The wall's fallen down.
What wall?
That wall.
I can't see it. Point your light, you can't see it. Oh shit, when did that happen?
We're in the home stretch.
I've learnt a lot of lessons. I've been having a lot of words with myself. Why do you do this stupid stuff?
The situation continued to escalate, intensifying their fears. Fortunately, around 11 p.m., the storm subsided, and they wasted no time evacuating the ship, abandoning their initial plan of overnight camping because their safety was the top priority. Who could have predicted what might have happened if the storm had lingered for just a few more hours, or if they had delayed their departure? Ultimately, it was a harrowing experience, and also one they would certainly never forget anytime soon. Just like these campers, the next one also met with a terrifying sighting. On September 3rd, 2023, the YouTube channel Blot Outdoors Show uploaded footage of the host and his friend embarking on a stealth camping trip near Chillingham Castle, a site famous for its haunted history and eerie legends. They anticipated a night filled with adventure, but what they didn't expect was a harrowing series of unexplained events that would leave them shaken.
What the fucking hell? Oh, fuck the calm. Stay still, stay still, stay still. It stopped.
So welcome back to the Blot Outdoor Show, guys. Today I've got the human dorsal fin joining me on this camp. Looking forward to this one, Mick?
Oh yes.
We're currently in the grounds of Chillingham Castle, which is supposed to be the most haunted castle in the whole of Great Britain. We're not going to try anything daft, you know. We're not going to be dressing up. I'm not going to be putting no white sheets over the top of Mick and trying to trick you guys. And to be honest, I'm very skeptical about things like ghosts and stuff like that. But what we're going to do is we're going to have a mooch around. We haven't got the bags on yet. We've left them in the old Jean-Claude Van Sexual. We're going to have a walk around the castle, you know, because it's supposed to be a beautiful thing to see. We don't want to get the bags on now too quick because we haven't got a clue where we're going to camp. So we're being cute. We're going to walk around, find a decent spot, get some footage of the castle for you legends to look at, and then we'll sneak back to the old Van Dingo and hopefully we can get pitched up somewhere in the grounds of Chillingham Castle. We're not going to set our gear up straight away for obvious reasons. We're going to just sit and wait and hopefully we don't get rumbled. I can hear loads of voices up there, so we're just going to sit down, have a can, and if no one comes down in the next 20 minutes, we'll get the tent up.
After searching for the perfect spot to camp, they finally found one but decided to wait for nightfall to set up their tent. They knew they needed to stay hidden, as security might ask them to leave if they were discovered camping there. When darkness enveloped the area, they began to settle in. At first, everything seemed normal. They joked around, enjoyed some snacks and drinks, and discussed the castle's haunted past. However, that peace didn't last long.
We're back in the tent now. I've got to be honest, there's been nothing spooky happen tonight. It's been a nice, chilled out camp. What the fuck's that? Sorry guys.
What the fuck is that?
There's definitely something going on outside the tent.
What the fuck is that?
Fucking hell.
I'll put the car out there.
Calm. Stay still, stay still, stay still. It stopped. It stopped. There was definitely some footsteps or something out there, Mandingos. I don't know if you heard that. The camera probably didn't pick it up, so you probably think we're full of shit. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna press stop on the record, and I'll bring you back soon. I'm busting for a slash Gordon anyway, so I'm gonna go outside and I'll check it out. Did you hear that?
Right.
It was like footsteps, and then it got faster, but then as we started like talking, it just stopped.
They heard voices and the sound of footsteps outside their tent, as if someone was circling it deliberately to avoid being seen. At first, they assumed it might be other campers or possibly the castle staff patrolling the area. However, when they peeked outside, there was no one there. They'd brushed off the disturbance and planned to retire for the night, hoping for a good night's rest. But what they didn't know was that the terror of the night was far from over.
I'm gonna get some sleep now. It's very late, it's after midnight. It's been a great night, apart from getting caught. But, you know, it's been, the fuck's that?
What the fuck's that?
Hold on.
What the fuck's that?
Just hang tight, hang tight. The fuck?
What?
Wait, quiet. Oh yeah, no, we're not gone. We'll have to steer. Oh, what the hell was that? What was that?
What the fuck?
Right.
The host, who had always dismissed ghost stories with laughter, found himself admitting that it was the first time in his life he had ever experienced real fear while camping. Despite the anxiety, they chose to remain in their tent, eventually managing to drift off to sleep as they braced themselves for any further disturbances. When dawn finally broke, they wasted no time in packing up their belongings and leaving the premises. As they hiked back toward their car, they couldn't shake off the feeling that they weren't alone in the woods during the night. While some might argue that their minds were just playing tricks on them, the evidence was undeniable. Whether it was something paranormal, a hidden watcher lurking in the trees, or something else entirely, one thing was certain: this was a camping experience they would never forget. If you are still watching, That means you like what we do. So you might as well support us by hitting that subscribe button and getting us to 70K subscribers while we move on to the next encounter. On March 14th, 2012, a tight-knit group of friends set off on an adventure that would become legend among them. Eager to escape the hustle and bustle of daily life and reconnect with one another, they'd ventured deep into the heart of the woods for a weekend of camping. As they set up their tents and crackled laughter filled the air, they decided to make the most of their natural surroundings by trying their hand at fishing. Little did they know, nestled among the trees and shimmering waters, they were on the brink of an experience that would haunt their memories forever.
You think that was a coyote? What do you think that was? What was it? Do you see it where? Whoa. Holy crap! Holy...
They spotted a tall creature walking upright with its body covered in what appeared to be spikes. Just as they were about to take a closer look, the creature vanished into the darkness, and the footage abruptly cut off, leaving us to speculate about what was captured on camera. This clip has sparked debates, with many suggesting that the creature resembles a lizard man. However, we're not entirely convinced. We want to hear your opinions. Do you think it's a lizard man, as some have proposed, or could it be something far more sinister? Share your thoughts in the comments below as we explore more disturbing encounters. In an exciting update from the Brothers Wild YouTube channel, run by the adventurous duo Ashley and Lewis, a gripping new chapter unfolded. Known for their thrilling camping, hiking, and exploration escapades, the brothers were always on the lookout for their next great adventure. However, in November 2023, Ashley took a bold step by planning a solo camping trip to the majestic Cadair Berwyn, a breathtaking mountain in northeast Wales. Little did he know, lurking among the peaks and valleys was an unexpected danger, waiting to turn his adventure into an unforgettable story.
I don't need to spend hundreds and thousands of pounds to do this. That was weird. That literally sounded like someone coming down. Hundreds and thousands of pounds to do this. That scared me, actually. Hello? It sounded like someone's slipping down here. Ooh. I was fed up with just sitting in a room all the time and did it. What was that noise? I can hear loads of things around here. Fed up with just sitting in a room all the time and did it. I heard someone saying something right next to me. I hope it caught.
After an arduous journey, Ashley finally reached his destination deep within the woods. As he took a moment to gather himself, an eerie sensation crept over him, hinting that he wasn't as alone as he thought. He tried to dismiss the feeling, attributing it to exhaustion, but little did he know that a series of chilling events were about to unravel, plunging him into a nightmare he never saw coming.
I just heard like a loud bang. It's either an explosion or it sounded like a gunshot. It was really, really loud. Wow. That's unnerved me. It's really loud, really loud. So it looks like the storm's like holding up tonight. It's not too bad at all. So yeah, I'm quite cozy here. A bit of rain, but no, nothing worth writing home about. But yeah. So even though I'm solo camping, it's quite nice, it's like quite relaxed. Just had a phone call from my brother now. He's in Chicago, obviously, so it would have been nice. Ah! What the hell was that? What? Go away! Echo, obviously, so it would have been nice.
He woke up suddenly to a loud banging noise. On top of that, he felt movement around his tent. Startled and caught off guard, Ashley stood still for a moment. Without thinking, he packed his gear and left the woods. This shows that you never know what kind of danger might be hiding in the woods. Although he made it out safely, this experience left him feeling shaken. However, whatever this next camper's experience was far more horrifying. As a family journeyed through the shadowy depths of a forest road in Russia, the night wrapped around their car like a thick blanket. They were coming back from a memorable camping trip, filled with laughter and stories under the stars. Suddenly, out of the darkness, something unexpected caught their eye, pulling them away from their thoughts and into a moment of intrigue.
Нахуй его задавили? Да, блядь, баблан заебал. Короче, я не хочу нахуй там сидеть даже, блядь. А у меня маленький нож, он заебется им тыкать. Да зачем нахуй? Давайте просто, блядь, пиздец. Какая машину поднимает? Он поднимает нахуй машину. Нифига вот. Дело в том, что это... Не вду ему, факира, блядь. Оба, блядь, попец, блядь.
A bear was hit by a vehicle and became trapped underneath it. When it finally managed to break free, witnesses were faced with one of the most terrifying sights they had ever encountered in their lives.
Смотри, смотри, смотри. Ты лапу высовывай.
Тёма, блядь, сядь в машину.
Давай, дуй.
А, блядь,
залазь, дуй, сразу дуй. Давай, дуй.
Тёма,
Дуй. Колесо, дуй. Да, колесо. Дуй, дуй. Дуй, блядь. Пойду, бросайся, дуй. Дуй, блядь. Тёма,
нет.
Дуй,
Мамочка.
As the bear wrestled with the tire of the vehicle it had become trapped under, the mood shifted dramatically. The laughter of onlookers faded, replaced by a tense cry as the massive creature turned its attention toward the car, capturing the chaotic scene on camera. The bear's raw strength sent panic rippling through the passengers, who fled the vehicle in a desperate scramble. Luckily, the bear's fury was mostly directed at the cars around it, sparing the people from harm. But the heart-pounding tension lingered in the air. Now to the last encounter. On March 6, 2015, what began as a typical urban exploration adventure for Urbex Mooch, the fearless host of a YouTube channel dedicated to uncovering hidden spaces, quickly turned into an unforgettable experience. Renowned for his enthralling explorations of abandoned and decaying sites, Urbex Mooch has a knack for revealing the eerie beauty that hides within neglected structures. Little did he realize that this particular day would take an unexpected and unsettling turn, leaving both him and his viewers on the edge of their seats.
Hello. Sorry. Just take some photos.
Well, shall I come to your house and smash the windows in and take some photographs? Can't you wait to keep pals?
I know, yeah. Sorry, we didn't mean any harm.
You've damaged my fence, you've damaged that.
I think it was already open, the fence.
It's not open.
No, that hole there.
And have you arrested when the police arrive?
Alright. Well, I was only taking photos.
Don't give a monkey. You've ruined my Saturday. You
Yeah.
stay there until the police arrive.
Yeah, take that one. Right, it's going to be a tricky one getting over.
Stay there.
Huh?
Yeah, stay there. If you hurt yourself, I'll be liable to damage to you.
Are we coming over?
No, stay there.
Mooch and his friend decided to explore an old house that had been abandoned for over 30 years. The building was in bad shape and surrounded by barbed wire that likely kept people out. However, they found a way inside to satisfy their curiosity. As they walked through the deteriorating rooms, they unexpectedly met a man who said the property belonged to him and warned them they were trespassing. Although Mooch and his friend tried to reason with the man, explaining that they were just taking photos and meant no harm, the man wasn't interested in their explanation. His anger only grew, making him more furious. It quickly became clear that this was not going to be a simple misunderstanding. What started as a fun adventure escalated into something much more serious.
We don't have to stay here. We're making you stay here. You can't make me stay here because there's... Well, if you hurt yourself, I end up in jail. So you can't... Well, you won't hurt yourself. I won't hurt myself. You can't do that. You can't come in my fucking house. Okay? Don't tell me the fucking law. You ruined my fucking Saturday and keep out of my fucking house.
Well, we're sorry. We didn't mean any.
Of course you mean harm.
Well, we're only taking photos.
Give a shit. It's my private house.
Sorry. Well, we only want to take photos. That's the only thing we're going to be taking. How are we going to get out then?
Mooch and his friend were trapped inside the building by the property owner, who called the police. The situation got tense as the man insisted they stay there. When the police arrived, they were able to calm things down. They investigated Mooch and his friend and charged them with trespassing. However, Mooch later confirmed that the charges were dropped because the house had been abandoned for decades. Thankfully, both Mooch and his friend got out of the building safely and unharmed.
And he's there in the darkness staring directly at us.
No. Like how far away? How far away?
Oh, he's running, bro. Drive.
Not everything that watches you in the woods has eyes that you can see. Even the most experienced and well-prepared campers can find themselves in terrifying situations, which is exactly what happened in these cases. On November 19th, 2023, Casey Nolan from the YouTube channel Mindseed TV and a friend went camping in an abandoned ghost town in Rodney, Mississippi, a place they had previously visited. This location is known for its eerie paranormal activity, but this time they encountered something even more unsettling.
Hey, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. The fuck is that? Shh. There's a fucking fire up there. There's somebody up there, bro. Hold on. Here, hold this for a second. Wait, bro, hold this for a second. I'm gonna turn on the night vision, wait. I'm gonna be out here right now. What the fuck if I know? Okay, here we go. What's this? Where is it? Dude, I didn't sign up for this shit. There's people out here, we gotta go. Look, there's somebody there. Why are we going towards it? Bro. Oh, he turned the fire off. Oh my god. Dude, it's going. Wait. This way. No, cut the camera. Let's go.
Using their night vision binoculars, they saw a man with an axe by a campfire. When he noticed them, he put out the fire and stared in their direction, almost as if he could see them in the dark forest. Feeling scared and worried they might be followed, they chose to continue toward the ghost town, unaware that more unsettling experiences awaited them that night.
We just saw someone in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere.
Flat the out.
And
I did not sign up for this at all.
And I think that they're following us. Every time we go about 100 yards, we hear branches and breaking behind us.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get cut up by some backwoods hip hillbilly dude.
I think we might be coming up on the town now, but there's definitely someone out here following us, so we need to move quick.
They felt sure someone was following them after seeing a figure move behind the buildings. Terrified, they sought shelter in a place they remembered from before. However, they had no idea that the night's horrors were just beginning.
Can you please give us a message through one of these devices? You can say something through this. You can say something through this. Give us a message.
Suddenly, the building shook violently like an earthquake. In a panic, they decided to cancel their camping plans for the night and leave. But the night still had more surprises for them. They encountered a figure that attacked them.
No. Hey, what the f***? Hey, hold on. This is definitely the way we came, right? 100%. This is the only way? This is the only way, yeah. Pull up a little bit, get closer, so I can see what's going on. It's gonna f*** our tires out, dude. Yeah, alright, I'll move them. Get back in.
Bro, I think there's someone back there.
No, don't say that.
Lock the door, lock the door.
What do you see?
Oh, I'm trying to see. It's hard to see.
Like how far
there's
away?
Someone back.
How far away?
Oh, he's running, bro. Drive. Holy.
Realizing the danger, they quickly jumped into their vehicle and drove away, leaving the stranger behind. Although they managed to escape, the unsettling feeling lingered. Vlad, a YouTuber on his channel Mad Vlad, shares his life in the countryside. After moving to his rural home, he noticed strange occurrences at night and began documenting them on camera. However, on November 2nd, 2021, he captured something bizarre.
It was a cold night, and we were taking our new puppy Charlie outside to use the bathroom. We started hearing what sounded like barking noises from across the field behind our house. Upon listening to this barking sound, I noticed that it really didn't sound like a dog. It almost sounded like something was mimicking a dog. Didn't think nothing of it at the time. We were in good spirits and I started barking back at it. Or rather, I was saying woof.
Woof. Woof. Bark. Bark, bark, bark.
At first, they didn't think much of the sound, though they couldn't help but wonder what it might have been. Just a few seconds later, the same sound echoed again, but this time from an opposite direction.
Again, didn't think nothing of it at the time. Then a few seconds later, we heard it on the opposite end of the field. Me and my girl were kind of puzzled. It was the exact same sound, but how could an animal move that fast. Again, didn't think nothing of it. Then we started hearing other sounds, kind of like a bird. And again, I mocked it.
Darling.
After the noise stopped, Vlad and his wife went back inside, brushing it off as nothing serious. The next evening, Vlad felt like someone was watching him and suddenly became disturbed by the barking sound from the previous night. Curious, he checked the security camera footage and made a surprising discovery. Though he didn't see anything in person, the footage suggested otherwise, as an unexplainable object lurked nearby. This only heightened his unease, so he decided to set up trail cameras around his property, determined to find answers. And sure enough, he got the answers he was looking for. This discovery left Vlad feeling disturbed and filled with questions. Determined to uncover though he didn't see anything in person, the footage suggested otherwise, as an unexplainable object lurked nearby. This only heightened his unease, so he decided to set up trail cameras around his property, determined to find answers. And sure enough, he got the answers he was looking for.
Maybe I wasn't crazy after all.
This discovery left Vlad feeling disturbed and filled with questions. Determined to uncover the truth, he decided to explore the area one night with two of his friends, hoping to find clues. However, after hours of searching with no results, they ultimately gave up and returned home feeling frustrated. To this day, the cause of the disturbances around his home remains a mystery. On October 31st, 2019, Brendan, an explorer known for his Channel Uncharted travel, embarked on a camping trip to an old, isolated, and abandoned prison in the northern wilderness of Canada. Most people would avoid this place, especially at night, but Brendan was not like those people.
Essentially what I'm doing today, I'm going to be traveling about 6 hours north to an isolated prison in the middle of nowhere in Canada.
Brendan arrived at his destination after a long journey, feeling isolated with civilization hundreds of kilometers away and no phone service. To distract himself, he began exploring the building, unaware of the looming terror.
Or this could just be a creepy basement. My vote's gonna go to yes. There's a light that used to be hanging on the ceiling. I wonder why there's all this caging around this area. What these would have been used for. I think it might be through here.
The noises grew louder, blurring the line between dripping water and someone nearby. Trying to stay calm, Brendan continued his exploration, but the building's eerie atmosphere persisted.
There's something at the end of the hallway that keeps making noise. From this room at the end.
it's just my imagination.
Uneasy from the noise, he moved closer to its source, but it suddenly stopped. Unsettled, he retreated to his tent, unaware that this was only the beginning.
I keep hearing something outside. Sounds like it's in the corridor, one of the corridors. Maybe an animal, I don't know. Of course now it's... Did you hear that? I hope that mic picked that up. Okay, let me get my shoes on. We're checking this out. That fox earlier, so maybe it was one of his buddies. It sounded literally just out in this hallway.
Despite the growing noise, Brendan tried to fall asleep, but his sleep was completely shattered. It was without a doubt that something or someone was out there with him.
Holy, there's a coyote outside. Right outside my tent. Hey buddy, you want to leave me alone? It's gonna be a long night. I just want to go to sleep. Go away! Go away! There's something growling at me. I got my bear mace. Get my knife.
He realized the growling sounds were from coyotes. Armed with a knife, he stepped outside, but found they had retreated into the forest. Relieved yet cautious, he returned to his tent to wait for morning. He emerged unscathed, but will not easily forget the chilling experience. YouTuber Exploring with Bear often documents his solo adventures in the woods, focusing on cryptid sightings. In this video, he didn't just plan to explore one of these legends, he encountered it directly.
And explore this place at night, but be able to see better. What was that? That was like a whistle. Didn't that sound like a whistle? Knowing that one of you guys had a... Whoop! It makes it so much more intriguing.
and scary for me.
It didn't take long for things to start feeling strange. The eerie noises echoed through the woods, accompanied by whistles, knocks, and faint footsteps. At first, he tried to dismiss these disturbances, but it soon became clear that something was undeniably off.
We're gonna get in the middle of the bridge and we're gonna check those. What is that? Oh my goodness. There's something big and brown standing right there. Oh, and it's moving. Oh man, I can't, guys. That's something right there. Can you see that? Wait, was that a light there? Where'd it go? Whoop! Oh crap. Why'd I do what? There's no freaking way I was just seeing what I was seeing though. I don't even want to go no more. Oh, movement. I just heard something. Look, look. Do you guys see what I'm seeing? I got 2 flashlights in my one hand. I can't move the camera. My hair's it's going insane.
He spotted a large brown creature partially hidden behind the trees before it vanished into the darkness. This sight left Bear in shock, prompting him to leave the area. Even as he departed, he could still hear unsettling noises, but he never caught another glimpse of the creature. Whether it was a person or something else remains unknown. Owen is a YouTuber known for exploring spooky places and sharing his eerie experiences on his channel, Exploring with Owen. In October 2024, he decided to take his adventures up a notch.
I'm gonna be camping overnight in the forest.
When he arrived at the forest, the mood quickly turned unsettling.
Alright guys, I just got dropped off with all my stuff, but I was walking just barely with my stuff and I heard a giant crash over there, over in that direction. It literally sounded like a tree falling over. I don't know what that was. I just really hope there's not people in this forest, because that actually... Probably gonna inflate my air mattress and set up my bed. I just heard sticks down. I'm not even kidding. They came from like over that way. I'm hoping that's down and my weight disperses. It's... Is that a gunshot? But once I lay down and my weight disperses, it's... Is that a gunshot? I literally think I just heard a gunshot. I don't know if that picked up on camera. I hope it did.
Despite feeling uneasy about the strange sounds, he stuck to his exploration plan. However, he was jolted awake by something unexpected that night.
I just woke up. It's like 2 a.m. and I just heard footsteps outside of the tent. Literally woke me up. It was so loud. They went away though. I don't know. I feel like I kind of want to go out and check, but I'm kind of scared too. I think we're gonna go out and check. I might just walk around and look at the area. There's my bike. The footsteps came from like over here. They sounded like it was right here. My tent is right there. Guys, look at this. There's something floating right here. Look at that. That's cool. Whoa. Whoa, there's a moth attacking me. It's attacking my light. Yeah, I really don't know. Wait, guys, what is this? Some sort of marking on the tree. It's kind of creepy. I wonder what that's for. It's so creepy over this way. I'm gonna just walk around for a minute though, I guess.
After investigating the source of the disturbance and finding nothing, he decided to go back to bed. However, he was unaware that the terror of the night was far from over.
Hello? I'm not sleeping here. I am not sleeping here. I'm shaking so bad. I'm packing my stuff and I'm getting out of here. I legit forgot I was recording that. I'm shaking so bad. Look at my hand. Look at my hand. Am I still recording?
Fearing the unknown and what might be lurking outside his tent, he packed up his belongings and left the forest that night. Thankfully, he was able to leave the premises unharmed. This chilling video comes from Indie Jones Van Life UK, a YouTube channel that follows Jones's journey of living on the road in the UK. On October 19th, 2022, things took a turn when he parked in a remote area after a power cut left him in darkness.
I think they're trying the doors. I don't know why I'm telling you to shush. Try locking it again and... Oh. I think that's worse. I can hear the van going, yeah. Alright, I think they're gone. Let's go and have a look, shall we?
As he settled in for the night, eager for rest, he heard strange noises outside his van. Thinking someone might be breaking in, he stepped outside to investigate and made a shocking discovery.
Torch on. Still a power. Yeah, look, see. Look, see. Nobody is around. Close that up. Alright. I want to get back into bed. I don't want anybody to know I'm here. That was scary. That was a bit spooky. It's the first time that's ever happened to me. Someone actually tried to steal fuel out of the van while I was inside it. Right, but I'm all locked up. I'm not moving. I struggle trying to find a spot. I'm not moving just yet now. I'm gonna see if I can get back to this.
He found his petrol cap open, showing someone had tried to steal fuel from his van. Shaken and uneasy, he managed to return to sleep, but the night's terror was far from over.
I think they're back. Right, that's it. I'm moving spots.
Once again, he was startled awake by someone attempting to break into his van. Realizing the danger, he quickly drove to a different location in search of safety. Fortunately, he escaped unharmed, but the experience highlighted the risks of van life, particularly in isolated areas. What do you think was the most disturbing encounter on this list?
When you travel deep into the wilds, you might not just find nature. Sometimes it finds you, with all of its horrifying secrets. January 26th, 2024 marks the dark day when a stealth camp went wrong. In the dead of night, the camper went deep into the snow-covered forest, determined to set up a stealth camp far from the hiking path. The ground was soaked, and distant echoes of nature added an eerie atmosphere to his trip in isolation.
Ow. Son of... I don't think I'm going to be able to get a fire going either. I brought everything I need to start a fire, but... Oh, this looks nice up here. I brought everything I need to start a fire, but everything's literally soaked. This looks pretty nice up here. I think we're gonna call this home for the evening. Looks pretty dry. Well, relatively. What do you know? This looks like a tent or a tarp. That kind of sketches me out. So that's the remains of a tent and a tarp. That means somebody's camped back here before. Now, it could have just been some young punks smoking dope. Or it could have been like an Asian Tony type character. Maybe Asian Tony himself. That kind of sketches me out. I don't like the vibe I got seeing that. That gives me a weird vibe. Super weird vibe.
He had already started feeling the horrors of this forest. The campsite was tucked between trees, with a tent placed in between these trees. But from the very beginning, something felt wrong.
Somebody just walked by. I don't know if they had a dog or not, but they definitely didn't see me, but I could barely see them. The tent does not sit high at all. I've been sitting on my pelly case. This was while I was eating, just finishing up eating. I don't know why, I'm just spooked. I haven't been saying that, but I've been spooked since I got here. I keep feeling like somebody's watching me. And then seeing that person. I know it's a public park, but still. All right, well, darkest hours of the day. I'm pretty much settled in. Everything's organized, put away. Gonna take the pelly case inside with me.
As the camper tried to relax, an uneasy feeling grew stronger. It felt like someone was watching from the shadows of the forest. Faint footsteps echoed in the frozen roots, and whispers seemed to come from nowhere. Someone was moving at the edge of his sight, and the thick fog made everything feel tighter. He was frozen in fear at this moment.
I don't know, I just have this strange feeling back here. Somebody else walked by. I don't think they saw me, but they were close enough to where they could see me. Even with the low light now in this fog, it's kind of just like a shadow creature thing. Obviously it was a person, looked like a dude, but yeah, I don't like that. So it's very eerie out here. Everything's all wet, but it should be nice and dry in here. Nice.
Then there was a sound, a soft tap, like someone walking around the tent. The taps turned into loud, obvious sounds. Fear gripped the camper as something began pulling at the tent, trying to collapse it.
There's somebody, hang on. I don't know if they could see it or not through the tent. I don't think so. I'm leaning right up against the light, but somebody's walking around out there very close to the tent. Somebody's out there. I don't know if they're coming this way or just walking around out there. I can't tell. Somebody's definitely walking around out there, though. Hang on. I don't want to leave the light on in case they can see in here. I think the fly is thick enough that they can't see the light, but still, I'm leaning right up against the lantern, so you can only just barely see my face. All right, I don't like this. Hello? Hello? They're touching my tent. Stop. They're right outside the tent. Hello, I'm in here. Hello? Hello? Hello? Alright, I'm getting the f out of here. Hello? Hello? I don't know what the f this is, but we're getting out of here. Hang on. Hello? Okay, they're walking away now. What do you want? What do you want? I have a knife. Where's my knife? They're f***ing with me. They're f***ing with me here. Holy crap, get away, what do you want?
With his heart racing, he crawled out and tried to look who was doing this. Stumbling over roots and rocks, the fog grew heavier and heavier. He was just able to see their shadow. Each step was harder, the air colder. But finally, the camper found a path and ran towards safety.
I hear you. All right, I don't know which way to go. How the hell do I get out of here? All right, sweet. I don't know how to get out of here. All right, this is how the do I get out of here? Hang on, let me see if they're... Stay away from me! They're coming behind me. I don't know what they're doing. They could just be around. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. They're at my campsite. I see them. I see you reflecting off my tent. Leave my shit alone! All right, I'm getting out of here. You can have it. How do I? Which way? Here. Okay. Ah.
He was soaked, scratched, and trembling. What had once been a peaceful gateway now felt like a waking nightmare. The camper swore never to return to that dark, haunted place where humans following him were far more dangerous than ghosts.
Ow! Ow! Ow! Oh, I'm soaked. I'm soaked. Oh God. It's the fourth time. I swear, if I had a firearm, I probably would have used it by now. Oh my God, my nerves are shot. Adrenaline. Oh my God. Oh my God. Holy shit. Oh man, I hope my phone isn't drenched. My phone is soaked. My phone is soaked. I can't run anymore. I'm close. Got it. Ow, ow, my ankle and my knee.
With this disturbing encounter coming to an end, let's move on to our second piece of footage. On January 4th, 2023, in Kent, the United Kingdom, this girl decided to camp there in Deering Woods near Pluckley. She thought it would be a quiet escape into nature, but the woods had other plans. The camper set up her hammock in Deering Wood, unknowingly stepping into England's most haunted forest.
It's better, I can see a bit now. Oh, bollocks, that's a meatball. You only get a few in there. Alright. Don't judge me, there's only about 4 in here. Maybe 5. You can't waste good balls. Anyway, not bad at all. Could have done with a bit more in it, mind. Now pudding is not that glamorous either. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see it. A Cadbury's Pot of Joy. Yogurt, basically, chocolate yogurt. There is a lot of noises in these woods. Where's my spoon? It's getting cold. Oh, get that fire going, I think. Now the rain, I think the rain stopped. Or it stopped enough for a fire anyway. Sounds like kids screaming.
As darkness fell, the silence grew heavy, broken only by the distant sound of owls. Then came the whispers, low, faint, and impossible to point out from which direction they were coming. The sound of footsteps followed, moving around the tent.
The hammock's really comfy, thank God, so I should sleep well, I would think. Where's my big bean? What was that noise? This is definitely odd. I've got no idea if you guys heard that or not, but honestly, I don't like it, I'm going to be honest. It's not deer, like I know what deer sound like, I've spent so much time with deer.
There's been a person or persons. What the fuck? I've never wanted the morning to come as much as I do right now.
Frozen with fear, she tried to dismiss it as animals, but the weight of unseen eyes watching her was undeniable. At 3 a.m., she heard a scream from deep in the forest. It wasn't an animal. It was human-like, but twisted, filled with pain.
I didn't want to turn the light on earlier because I swear to God that was footsteps. That's just the house, though. This is definitely the scariest night I've ever had in a tent. I'm sure I can still hear footsteps. And trains.
She clutched her flashlight, desperate for the morning. The shadows seemed to shift around her, and the trees seemed to breathe, closing in.
At first, I thought perhaps someone from the footpath had got lost and wandered in. That was the first time at 2 o'clock in the morning. When it happened again at 3 and then again around 3:20, I decided it's definitely not just a lost dog walker at that silly o'clock. So, yeah, don't know what it was, but there was definitely someone walking around this tent. It was no way was it a deer or a fox or any kind of mammal. The footprints were all wrong. Safe to say I did not sleep very well at all.
By dawn, she packed her camp, shaken to her core. Daring Wood, with its eerie history, had lived up to its name, Screaming Woods. She left vowing never to return. The chilling experience burned into her memory forever. Moving on to our third piece of eerie footage. On October 16th, 2022, a terrifying night south of Williams, Arizona. In the pitch-black woods, 12 miles south of Williams, Arizona, a solo RV camper was shockingly awakened by a chilling scream, a woman's voice crying for help. The sound echoed through the trees, sending waves of terror through the camper. But little did he know that things were about to get more horrifying with every minute. Grabbing his camera for proof, he stepped outside, his flashlight trembling in his grip. The scream grew fainter, but something else caught his attention, a shadowy figure wandering among the trees. It was a man, watching him silently.
Hello?
All in an instant, gunshots rang out, breaking the peace of night. Panic overtook him as he ran back into his RV, locking the doors and locking himself inside. The quiet didn't last long. The man outside began prying into the underbelly storage, crawling beneath the RV floor, trying to get in. Each thud and scrape was a reminder that safety was slipping away. The camper held his breath, clutching a makeshift weapon, as the intruder's shadow was getting closer. What happened next remains a mystery, but the footage captured every terrifying second. With this footage still haunting our minds, let's move on to our fourth video. On October 26th, 2022, this man observed the scariest sound in a forest that had always been silent and empty. A solo camper sat by his fire, enjoying the cool October night. The distant howls of coyotes filled the air, but he wasn't afraid. He had camped here many times and had never seen another soul. But as the coyotes' cries faded, something far more chilling broke the stillness.
Oh, fuck. Oh, hi. What the hell? I need to get out of here. Oh, boy. Oh. Okay. That was fucking creepy. I need to get out of here. Oh. Talking about Witch Blair Project.
A strange, haunting voice echoed through the trees. It wasn't human, but it wasn't an animal either. It was guttural, almost like a growl, mixed with what sounded like desperate words. The camper froze, his heart pounding. Was it someone else out there? He had never encountered another camper here, and no person he knew could make a sound like that.
I need to get back to camp. It could have been campers, but this area is extremely secluded. I need to get back to camp.
The voice grew louder, echoing in the area, sending shivers down his spine. Every instinct screamed at him to run, but he was rooted in place, his ears straining to catch every noise.
Okay, it's extremely important now that I don't get lost.
Disoriented? Yes. Lost? No. I should be fine.
Then, the voice stopped as suddenly as it had started. The forest fell silent, but the camper knew he wasn't alone. Something was out there, something that didn't want to be seen. On October 31st, 2022, at one of the haunted Halloween woods in the UK, a camper set out in her micro-stealth van to spend Halloween night in a haunted UK woodland. The woods were said to be haunted by an old church and cemetery, and were said to be filled with restless spirits. He arrived later than planned, just as the last bit of daylight vanished, and decided to explore the area after making a quick meal. But this was about to turn into a night of horrors.
With this light shining in the eyes. So this is coming into the woods now, and on the left is the little church house, and behind that is the cemetery. How old are some of these then? 1908. Oh, wait a sec. There's 3 people in this grave. The size of that. Well, obviously I don't want to be disrespectful and tread on any of the graves. It's quite hard to see where I'm treading around there. Right, so I'm just the other side of the cemetery now. I'm gonna go deeper into the woods because I don't think if I was a ghost and I come out of the cemetery, why would you knock about just on the outskirts? Do you know what I mean? You sleep there all day, you're gonna want to go into the woods.
As he wandered into the dense, eerie woods, strange noises began to echo around him. Crunching leaves, faint whispers, and an unnatural stillness that felt alive. He was barely seeing around with the lights flash.
So this is coming into the woods now, and on the left is the little church house, and behind that is the cemetery. How old are some of these then? 1908. Oh, wait a sec. There's 3 people in this grave. The size of that. Well, obviously I don't want to be disrespectful and tread on any of the graves. It's quite hard to see where I'm treading around there. Right, so I'm just the other side of the cemetery now. I'm gonna go deeper into the woods because I don't think if I was a ghost and I come out of the cemetery, why would you knock about just on the outskirts? Do you know what I mean? You sleep there all day, you're gonna want to go into the woods.
Near the cemetery's edge, he claimed that he saw movement, but every time he turned his head, nothing was there. Suddenly, a distant figure appeared between the trees. He froze, heart pounding, unsure if it was real or just his imagination.
So I've taken a different path this time, and to be honest with you, I'm just sort of winging it. I don't know where. What the hell was that? What's that? I've come up to that bit where the light was just shining. What? It's moved. I'm gonna have to go and check that out. Where the hell is it coming from? This might have been what was reflecting that light. It says, if you find this card, please pay it forward to do something kind today. Well, it looks like there's some sort of drop off down here. It goes down quite far. I mean, the last thing I want to do is stack it down a hill. There are a lot of noises in these woods, but at the same time, if I was in the woods on a normal night, I'd just think it's normal. It's only because I'm thinking I'm on a ghost hunt, so every little noise, I'm like, is that a ghost? But in all honesty, it's fine. It's frogs and pigeons. Pigeons! I love pigeons. The light on the top of my camera, I think is going to die quite soon, so I'm only going to have my torch left. Right, I'm starting to get a little bit lost, not going to lie. But I think I'm going to head back towards the way that I came because I swear I keep seeing someone. Hold on. There's no one there, but I swear there was. I think I'm gonna go this way, to be honest with you. The hell? That is a person. I'm not even joking. What the f? I can't see anything.
The figure disappeared into the shadows, but the tension only grew. Every snap of a branch made him feel hunted. Deciding it was too much, he hurried back to his van, locking himself inside. That night, unable to sleep, he played back the footage.
Make out some things. So, I... There's got to be fireworks. I have tried to look on the screen on the camera at the footage, but this screen's so small and it's real dark and I can't see much on there either. One thing that you guys don't know is that before I had that hot chocolate, I might have had a large cup of Bailey. I might have had a large cup of Baileys before I had that hot chocolate, which means I can't drive anywhere, so whether I like it or not, this has to be home for the night.
What he saw sent shivers down his spine. A shadowy figure watching him from the trees, its shape far too real to dismiss. Though he survived the night, the experience left him shaken. With that being said, let's move on to our next disturbing forest encounters. On April 30th, 2023, a camper decided to spend the night deep in the woods, far from everyone else. First, everything was calm. The fire burned quietly, and the only sounds were the rustling of leaves. But as night fell, the forest grew too silent.
Right, we've got steaks on go now. Bit of ribeye. Pot boiling for some mash. And I've got a visitor. Creeped up behind me asking me if I had a light. I shit my pants. This is Martin anyway. I don't know him, but he's stopping for a steak, so...
Just some random creep wandering about.
You went round here in a poncho a couple of months ago, were you?
I don't think I was. I could have been. It's possible.
Right, gonna get these cooked up. Didn't do much filming because of that lad, Martin, who creeped up behind me asking for a light. We were homeless, so I fed him some steak and some mashed potato, and he's gone on his way. So I'm just going to enjoy this fire.
Suddenly, a man stepped out of the dark. He wore an old poncho and said he was passing through. The camper felt uneasy, but offered him some food. The man barely touched it. When the camper turned to check the fire, the man was gone, without a sound.
Then wait and see what the night brings. What do you think, mate? I did ask Martin if he's been creeping about in these woods before, but he said he hadn't. Mind you, he's wrong build, isn't he? Than what I caught on my trail camera. I'm going to be on Noya now tonight as well. Thinking, is he going to come back? Because he wasn't a normal homeless person, if you know what I mean. After I fed him, he scurried straight off. And I've just tried using my night vision, and the batteries have gone on it, even though I've charged them up. Hopefully trail camera.
The camper quickly packed and left, feeling like someone was watching. The next day, he returned to grab a trail camera he'd set up, but it was missing.
Right, I'm going to chill out now by fire and just watch poor man's telly for a bit. The more I think about it, the stranger it gets. Fed that lad, and let's be honest, he were a junkie, right? Fed him, talking about life and how he got to where he is and drugs and whatnot, and then turned around to cut some firewood up. So I cut a couple of logs up, and when I turned back round, he'd gone. So scanned about, and he was just walking off into darkness. So I said, "See you later, pal." He went, yeah, see ya," and just left. And I just found that really fucking strange. Note's gone missing or out, he hadn't taken out, but the fact that he just left without saying out has put the EBGBs up me, because he's going for two things. One, I'm going to tell his mates there's a guy camping out with a load of filming equipment, and two, he's going to score because he needs his fix. And even then, if he goes and scores, has his fix.
He left the woods for good, shaken by the thought that he was never alone out there. Let's move on to our 7th piece of footage. On June 2nd, 2022, deep inside a dense forest, a YouTuber set up a camp for a solo adventure. The night was dark, the air thick with silence. Alone in the woods, with nothing but the sound of crickets, he filmed his camping video, unaware of the terror that would soon come. As the hours passed, something strange happened.
Wait for it to cool down some. It's just hot. Yeah, I'm gonna make some dinner. I know this is like the worst stuff in the world. Well, maybe not really, but I'm sure it's not 100% healthy for you, but I actually kind of like it. And it sounds pretty good, so I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna get it lit up here. Oh yeah.
A loud knock echoed against his camper door. Just one knock. He froze in fear. His heart pounded. Then, the sound of someone dragging their knuckles down the door followed. Slow and deliberate, like they were angry or crazy. The knock came again, once. He dared not move, but then he heard footsteps, slow and heavy, moving around his camper. It felt as though someone was watching him from the windows. His breath was caught in his throat. He couldn't see anyone, yet he felt the presence outside, too close, too real.
Walking around the camper.
one dog. I don't want to move.
Terror grew worse. He heard the creak of his lawn chair moving. When he dared to look outside, he saw the chair had been placed at an angle facing his camper, as if whoever did it was waiting, watching. The darkness made everything worse. Every shadow, every rustle was a warning.
When I went to bed, or the last time I went outside. I'm out in the middle of nowhere. Why is there a tent? Like right down the road from where I was camping.
By the time the first light of dawn came, he was barely holding on. Exhausted, he decided to leave, heart racing. As he packed his things, he glanced around and saw something that made his blood run cold. What looked like a camp, barely visible through the trees. But it wasn't just that. There, parked beside it, was a truck.
Camping. I haven't seen anybody. I haven't seen another person in miles and miles. I haven't seen anybody. And what's the deal with the truck? The guy in the truck. There was a guy sitting in a truck on the side of the road. Like a dark colored Ford or something. I think it was a Ford. Like just sitting there. I don't really want to mention this, but don't forget to share this with a friend you want to scare the shit out of online.
Moving on to our 8th piece of creepy footage. On December 20th, 2021, just after Thanksgiving, Philip set out for a peaceful overnight hike on the Appalachian Trail in Virginia. The woods were cold, the air was silent, and he looked forward to a quiet night under the stars. But as he walked deeper into the trail, things started to feel wrong. Something that was about to turn into his worst nightmare.
Hi, Phil here from Hike Slam. Today I'm gonna hike into the woods a little bit here in Virginia and do an overnight. It's the day before Thanksgiving. It's supposed to be cold tonight, but I'm looking forward to it. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Last time I was on this section of trail, it was September, so leaves were on the trees. It was warm. Right now it's really nice. It's probably low 50s, but it'll be colder tonight, so I'll have a fire, have some food, set up my tent, and we'll see what we find. So I'm gonna get going here and yeah, find the camp spot and see if anybody's...
He found pieces of trash scattered along the path, empty beer cans, a broken bat, and strange writings. One piece of garbage had a message written across it. The hangman is coming down from the gallows. At first, he laughed it off, but something about it disturbed him.
So the hike's been awesome so far. I mean, I've only been out for about half hour. River behind me, really pretty day. As I was walking up, I saw some trash in the trail, and I came across this. So some Bud Light cans, plastic bat, some writing on some of this garbage. This one. Hangman is coming down from the gallows. Song lyrics. Other weird things. Well, hopefully I don't get murdered out here. That would totally ruin my day. Well, let's keep going.
As the sun began to set, he stumbled upon a dead duck with its neck twisted. There was a note pinned to it, the ink fresh, the words chilling. Who has just left this duck in between nowhere? Why would someone do that?
The weirdness continues. What the hell? And there's a dead duck here. A very long note. And it looks like it was just put here because it's not wet. That duck is fairly recently killed. Alright. Kind of creepy.
The woods, once still, were now becoming suffocating. As he walked towards the river, he saw smoke rising from a small fire. A mysterious man, camped by the water, sat silently on a rock, watching the flames. His heart was racing while explaining all this. Other hikers had warned him about this man, leaving cryptic notes and dead animals.
Okay, well that was really weird. So, as I was hiking toward the shelter, still considering what I was going to do for the night, these two women were hiking in the opposite direction. They had a little dog with them. They asked if I had seen the guy who was leaving the notes. I said he has a campsite down by the river because I could hear the fire going. I could see where his tarp was set up. He was actually just sitting on a rock down there. They were shocked I was still considering camping out there, but I decided that I didn't really feel like it, and plus they said that they were kind of freaked out and asked if I would go with them and walk past his campsite so they could get back to their car. So I did, and then when I got back to my truck, I went over to the other side of the road, drove up like a Forest Service road, and I'm actually on the Appalachian Trail, just going the opposite direction. So instead of going instead of going south, now I'm going north, but I'm just gonna find the closest camp spot to where I'm at because the sun is going down, and set up camp and yeah, settle in for the night. All right, let's get going.
Also, two women, visibly shaken, asked him if he had seen the man, their voices trembling with fear. They begged him to walk with them past the campsite, terrified of what might happen if they went alone. Deciding it wasn't safe to camp there, he found another spot deeper in the woods, hoping for a peaceful night. But the eerie feeling followed.
See what the deal is. It should be right around the corner. All right, there's the sign for the shelter, and you can see it. You can see it down there, right through the trees. Doesn't look like anyone's there. I'm gonna go down and check it out. All right, approaching the shelter here. There's definitely nobody here. I think there's a knit cap there. Pretty clean. Shelter log. Pretty cool fire area there. It's set up kind of like a fireplace, angled toward the shelter for heat, which is pretty neat. I'll have a fire in there in a little bit. All right, let's see. I can hear water flowing down here.
Everything was fine, up until a point. Phil was trying his best not to freak out. That night, as he sat by the fire at a different shelter, the horror wasn't over yet. He found the same disturbing handwriting in the logbook.
What a crazy day. Oh my gosh. So I had the one campsite in mind, the Mats Creek shelter, and based on the crazy notes I saw and the dead animals, and I don't know, running into those women on the trail who were scared. I'm glad I made the decision not to camp down there because I would have just been freaked out the whole time. This is only about 2 miles from that other campsite, but it's on the other side of the road. Still on the Appalachian Trail, but far enough away that I feel safe, which is good. Fire's throwing off a good amount of heat right now. It's a nice feeling to have dinner done, dishes done, tent set up with a sleeping bag in it, fire going. So I'm gonna celebrate a little bit of a hobo blanket here, a little whiskey.
Messages filled with Bible verses, strange ramblings, and chilling messages. His skin shivered with fear. Every crack of a branch, every whisper of wind outside his tent made his heart race. And then, in the dead of night, he heard footsteps. Someone, or something, was at the shelter.
Collected wood for others. See Charlie Daniels' Simple Man lyrics, which I used in 2013 Facebook post, and note the rope I found with the silicone sealant can 2 miles south of that. I left it on a stump. In 2018, while I was incarcerated at the Okaloosa County Jail, what the heck? In solitary confinement, I figured the following out. Refer to Isaiah 28:15 through 9. Here in early 2017, Trump, Nebo, allowed Obama to have the special use of the Air Force One for a trip to Palm Springs. This is the same ramblings from the guy that was on the other side of the river. That's kind of scary. Kind of weird. Those women down there said they were going to call the police on the guy. I know it's really hard to read in this light. Sorry about that. Let me move that there. Wow, this is weird. It's just like it goes in one direction, then immediately goes in a completely different direction. And there's just so much of it.
He didn't wait to see who it was. Grabbing his gear, he fled into the night. The feeling of being watched scared him. As he hiked back to his truck, he kept looking over his shoulder, terrified that the light from the stranger's headlamp would appear behind him, following him out of the woods. One line stood out. The dead do walk and talk. The same handwriting as the gun.
What the hell is going on here? I'm in the shelter. I'm packing up my stuff to go into my tent, and they have these things that they put in shelters a lot to hang your food bag from, so like mice can't get to it. Look at this one. What do you know? Same handwriting as the one in the book, and that garbage on the trail from that same dude. So it says, watch out for yeet mouse. The dead do walk and talk. Like, what the hell is going on? Alright, I'm going to go into my tent now. So I'm in my tent now. Fire's been put out. All my gear is in here. I'm a little on edge. So at first I had to convince myself it wasn't what I thought I heard, but it definitely was somebody down there. So I didn't even wait to see or go down to see who it was, see if it was like a bunch of teenage girls or something. I don't know. I was just like, I am getting out of here. So I packed up all my stuff, and I packed it up very quickly. I don't think I left anything behind, and I just walked past. As I walked past, I did look. It did look like a single guy hanging out in the shelter. He had a headlamp on. All I could really see was the light from the headlamp, so I could have been wrong. But man, it was yeah, so I don't know. I just got out of there, and like that's the thing. It's like it was probably a guy who was out like me, like out and wants to just go camping or spend a night out. Beautiful night. But I wasn't gonna hang around. I don't know. I guess I got scared. But so I decided to pack up all my stuff and hike back. I looked back behind me a bunch of times as I was hiking to see if that light was following me. It sounds silly, but I mean, like, I didn't see the light following me. At first I thought it was following me just because I could still see it through the trees because it's fall and there's no leaves in the trees. But now I think I'm almost back at my truck, and I'm just gonna get out of here and go home.
Who would creep out the hikers and campers who are just there to enjoy nature? Were those all notes written by the guy, or it was something else? I guess we will never find out, because Phil decided to leave before morning as well. This was one of the most horrifying encounters a camper could have. This is going to be one of his worst nightmares. He might not be able to camp alone again. Let's move on to our next encounter. July 5th. 2018, he shared a video of his backpacking trip along the Quahana Trail in Pennsylvania. Everything seemed normal until a subscriber noticed something strange. As he ended the first day's footage, something ran past him in the dark, fast and silent. He hadn't noticed it while recording, and didn't catch it during editing either, but when he finally did, chills ran down his spine.
Guys, it's Frozen, and I wanted your help in kind of solving a mystery here. So the latest video that I put out, the Quahana Trail, a subscriber commented and asked me what was running behind my shoulder at this certain time frame on night 1. So I checked it out, and I must have completely missed this during the editing process because I had no idea.
The campsite was rushed, and he found it late, around 8 p.m., just before dark. The brush around him was thick, dense enough that even a deer should have made some noise moving through it, but he heard nothing.
You can see in this shot that there's something, maybe a deer. To me it looks like a deer, and then maybe another smaller deer running behind it, but I'm not quite sure. Where I was camping was all completely brush. I didn't make any kind of reaction in this shot, nor do I remember hearing anything while I was filming this clip. And I remember filming it because I had just gotten kind of all my chores done, and I was trying to settle down for the night and kind of like end the video here. But here you can see the campsite, the 2 trees that I'm attached to. Just to give everyone a general idea of where the shot was actually taken from, I'm to the right of my hammock, pretty much touching my left hand on the right tree in this screen. The camera was facing me and my back was facing the brush in this shot. So if anything would have came through camp, I more than likely would have heard it. Now here is a little bit better of a shot.
Was it a deer, a coyote, or something else entirely? The thought kept tingling his mind. Whatever it was, it moved unnaturally fast and silent, just a few feet away. It made him wonder if he was truly alone in those woods that night.
You can kind of see the open area. To the left of my head right now, that's where I walked to get back to the campsite. So you can see how overgrown it is. I'm pointing kind of where the 2 trees are that I was hanging from. So I'm gonna let the original scene play, and then I'm gonna zoom it in, and then I'm gonna brighten the shot up. So 3 different shots coming up. Let me know what you guys think this is. Personally, I think it's a deer, maybe a coyote, but like I said, I was camped in a pretty thick brush on night 1, and I'm pretty sure I would have heard an animal coming through that brush. So like I said, let me know what you guys think, hoping we can solve this mystery. A good day 2. I don't have to really worry about doing 20 miles tomorrow because we did 4 extra miles today.
Will he ever be able to camp alone in the woods again? These disturbing forest encounters remind us how isolation in the wilderness can quickly turn into a nightmare. Whether it was the terror of being watched, the fear of something unnatural lurking in the shadows, or the threat of dangerous creatures, these campers were forced to confront horrors beyond explanation. The woods, it seems, are not always as peaceful as they appear. Each encounter leaves us with the chilling question: what truly waits for us in the dark corners of nature? For more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like this video. Comment below which case you find the most terrifying, and Don't forget to press the bell icon for future notifications.